What is up, YouTube? It's Jared. You're watching Spinning Wheel. Today I have these rear control arms, camber control arms, whatever you want to call them, for the BMW, and I'm going to try to put them on today and see if I can get rid of some of that wheel rub that I have in the rear wheels. So that's what today's video is all about. Stay tuned. We're going to learn how to do it. So these are our two rear control arm or rear camber arm pieces, and to get to it you gotta take the wheel off and lift the car. So I've got the tools for it, a 17mm bit for the lug nuts, and then I don't have a floor jack, so I just use a emergency jack. And then also, once you lift it up, make sure you put a jack stand underneath the car at the jack point. That way the car doesn't fall over. Alright, so what I can see, and I don't know if I'll be able to get this in a spot for you. This right here is what I'm replacing. There's one bolt holding it in right there. Let me see if the other side of the exhaust has a better image of it. Let's see, where is it? There it is, you can see it right there. So there's the bolt that I need to remove. I did check the other side. It's looks like it just goes in on one end. There's no bolt holding it on the other side. And then right here at the hub, there's a bolt that I'll have to remove. And it looks like I gotta remove it from the other side, actually. Yeah, too bright, but there's the bolt right here. So this bolt is just an 18mm, and I'm just using the breaker bar to sort of get it loose to the point where I can actually get a ratchet on it. I think I can do that now, so we'll see. Yep, barely. Okay, so there's this washer on here, and I just thought it was fused in, but you can actually see this little groove right there in the bolt, and that groove is actually holding that washer on there in a specific spot. There's these two, let me see if there's these two ridges on either side of the washer, and that's just there to keep that washer in a certain spot, I think. So I need to pry that washer off before I can actually get this bolt out. Okay, so let me tell you what I've learned. Presently, this job is not possible for me. I need a lift to get the inner bolt out. Can't do that in this current setup, so I may have to have a shop do this for me. I'm not sure. Also, this washer, quote unquote, that I found down here, it's actually, you see how it's offset? It's actually a camber washer, so it spins with the nut, hence that groove in the nut, and then also the tongue in the washer. Excuse me. So anyways, basically you can see I've got 0, basically the smallest amount on this side, the largest amount on that side, and that's to push the bottom of this hub out so that I can at least minimize the rubbing on the wheel. And basically that was just a design that BMW had. I don't know if all cars are like that when they do camber adjustments or not. I'm assuming that's probably what it is. But anyways, I have it on the furthest out camber setting I can possibly have it on. So now I just gotta really tighten it up and make sure that it's not gonna go anywhere. And then those bad boys are either gonna have to be installed by a shop, or I'm gonna just have to use a lift. Not really sure what I'm gonna be able to do. So Even if I had a shop install it for me, I don't know how much it would be. So that being said, this is basically the end of the video. I would consider it a fail in my terms, but it's really a win because I actually figured out how to adjust the camber of the car, and hopefully that small adjustment will kind of keep this rear wheel from rubbing. And this was the one that I really have to worry about. The other side, not so much. I did adjust the spring too on this side just a tad. There was just a little bit more space that I could give it to push it up off the fender as well. So we'll see if that does anything. Not really sure if it's going to do anything. Not sure if this camber adjustment's actually going to do anything. But that's kind of what I have to do. So I need to torque down that bolt. Now I don't know what the torque specs are for that. So I'm going to have to do some research on that and figure it out, and I'll let you know as soon as I can. But anyways, both of those bolts, 18s, the inside bolt is an 18 mil. So if you're doing this at home and you have a lift or something, it is possible to do at home. It's just I don't have the space, I don't have the tools, and I don't have the right equipment to get the job done here. The other issue I was having was I couldn't get a breaker bar and a socket wrench or a socket on that inside bolt. There's no room for it. So you kind of have to use a crescent wrench or a very, very shallow socket. But anyways, I learned something. I learned how to adjust the camber, at least of the rear, and maybe that'll take care of the issue. I'm not sure. So if it does, good thing. If not, you know, then I still have the camber arms that I can use if I need to. So okay, so I've got the wheel back on and everything, and I mean, I can stick my fingers up in here. So I don't know if that's due to the spring adjustment or the camber adjustment, but I mean, I don't know that you're gonna be able to see up there. There's a little bit of daylight, and that's good. So that's a positive thing. So I found the trailing arm, not trailing arm, wow. The lower control arm to the hub, but bolt, torque suspension, wow. I really can't talk today. The specs, the torque specs for that bolt, the one that connects the hub to the lower control arm, it's 81 foot-pounds, and I will place a link, or a copy of the link for that torque specs that I just looked up, so that if you guys have questions on it too, you can look at, you can find it. It looks like it has all the torque specs you could possibly need. Somebody went through some great lengths to put it all together, which is really nice. So definitely check that out. If you need torque specs, the link will be in the description below. Awesome, 81 foot-pounds. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it very much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, like and comment on this video. I've also got some other great videos on my channel. Definitely check those out. So yeah, keep it yagging, guys, and I'll see you later.